Welcome to Space Socket. A 34-year-old woman says all the good men are already taken. That's why she's single. Kevin Samuel steps in to shut that down. Let's
This
dive
person.
in.
Hello.
Hi. Wow.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. How old are you?
I'm 34.
All right. So what are we talking about? We're talking about consent. Are we talking about dating in their social class? Are we talking about privilege?
Privilege.
Okay. What do you want to talk? What's the issue with privilege?
Okay, well, just more. I watched some of your shows, and you said something about when you have kids and you're over 30, your privilege goes down.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I mean, I'm a single mom of two, 34 years old. I've been on my own since I was 19. I've never had a boyfriend, just had situationships. And I'm kind of scared to date because I have children.
Okay.
But I don't want to be alone.
Okay. So what's the question about privilege going down? Do you not think it does?
Well, for me, I feel as if it does not go down because of who I am and what I can contribute. Not saying that, I have an 800 credit score or I have a big house or anything
How
like
you?
that.
Okay. Okay. How we determine what your privilege is by men who are actively men of value, actively vetting you to be their wife.
Okay.
Everything else doesn't matter because you ladies will count so many different things because a man will show you attention because you can deal with a man. That could be henny dick. I'm talking about what men of value are vetting you to be their wife so they can take you around their colleagues, the country club, the pastor, their mother, their fraternity brothers. Do you have men of value actively vetting you to be their wife?
Well, I would probably say no because most men have girlfriends. Most men have wives.
No, no,
And
they
I'm
no,
not
they,
going to.
okay, no, no, no. 54% of black men are single and childless. Okay, you can roll your eyes. Let's take it up with the Department of Health, the CDC, and the Bureau and the uh, who collects the census. That's the census data. 54%. So now what?
That's like really hard to believe.
Okay. So do
Oh,
you have better data?
I mean, from what I've experienced with my
Okay.
dating,
Okay, but ma'am, your dating is you are one person on this small planet.
you're right.
Why is it that you ladies, I'm curious, why do you ladies always tend to dispute or it's hard to believe facts?
Because of our experiences. Everyone's different, but
But an intelligent person understands their experience doesn't trump facts. If you jumped off of a top of a 10-story building and lived, would you recommend it to your child?
no.
But your experience is you lived.
Yeah, but that's the bad idea because it's a strong possibility I could be there.
Based upon the facts.
Right. You're right. You're right. But my question to you is with this privilege and dating privileged people or people the single guys, how do I go about that and weed out the ones that are liars? Because I mean, I'm not even going to lie. I have a problem believing people. I want to believe the best. If you tell me something, I want to believe it. Right.
So, how do you go about dating the guys who are not liars?
Right.
Well, you said something I want to go back to. You have a problem. Why should the guys who are not liars date a woman who has a problem?
Well, I have a problem on finding the one that's not
No,
lying.
no, 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 no. You have a problem believing people. Why should a man who's thorough about his business and a value date a woman that has any problems? Why should he date a woman that has any strikes on her? Why should not he get the best?
Well, why wouldn't he get the best with someone who has problems because of the fact that they've been through issues that caused them to have these
Okay.
problems? So
Right, but you also had the experiences. Have you ever gone to buy a new car?
yes,
Okay. When was the last time you went to buy a new car?
2015.
2015. What kind of car did you get?
It was a Kia Optima.
Kia Optima. Was it a 2015?
Yes.
Why didn't you go buy a 2005 with experience?
Well, the mileage.
You mean the experience was a problem because you had the money to buy a 2015 brand new.
Well, it wasn't really that I need a reliable car.
Yeah, right. And a man needs a reliable partner. So when you have the money to get what you want, you don't accept less. When you have the rating and the ability to get brand new, you don't take used.
So in these situations with women like myself or other women, how do we go forward on getting that individual
How many children do you have?
to
By the same man or different men?
different?
What is your first child? What does your first child's father do for a living?
Well, let's just say I was R. Kelly by a broke R. Kelly. I was 16, he was 24. It was just a bad situation.
What does your second child's father do?
He's a truck driver.
Okay. You don't get higher than your baby daddy.
You said what happened?
You don't get higher than your baby daddy.
What do you mean by that?
Meaning, if your baby daddy is right here,
Mm.
ranked right here, that means this is your level. The best you could get was a man to make a baby with this right here. So you don't get to make a baby with a man here and then go up here for a man to provide for him. You don't get no higher than your baby daddy. Because the only thing that's happened is you're older. So you keep saying, how do you go forward? You don't.
Oh, okay. So I'm just supposed to stay single for the rest of my life.
No, you should have married the man you had a baby with.
Ugh. It doesn't always work that way.
Okay,
Like,
I don't understand why men are trying to understand why would you have a baby and then say, when somebody says you should have married before you had a child.
because I'm not gonna go get an abortion every time someone's getting pregnant, and the fact that
Well,
God gave me the
there are
child.
30, no, God didn't do shit. Don't put that on my God, your recklessness. There are 33 forms of birth control, plus the morning after pill.
Oh, that don't always work. Trust me.
Well, you know what does work? Abstinence.
And I've been doing that.
Well, but the problem is, man, the problem is you're a woman that says you have issues trusting people. You got two kids by two different men. One dude that you don't, neither one you speak highly of. And then you think you should be able to go out to the market and get a man at a higher level. That's somebody's child. That's a man who had to make himself. Why should a man do that and you're not willing to settle?
Well, you know what? That's another reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, because of the fact that, like, once my kids get older, that's cool because I'm
What are you doing?
working and taking care of my kids and putting my kids first, giving them a life that I
Okay, but do you have a choice to do anything else?
I
Do
was.
you do you have a choice? I mean, it's like women say you're doing that like it's some badge of honor, but because you can't be out here dating the kind of men that you want.
I mean, I possibly could. It's just that I don't try because of the fact that
Because you'd fail.
mm, I
And
want.
women don't like rejection.
I like you're
Ma'am,
right about
I
that.
know, I know. Ma'am, you can't get out. Okay, let's be real. The way you've come in and talked about, well, how do we move forward? Why do you feel like you get to move forward after you've made permanent decisions with men you don't speak too highly of? Why do you think you get to move forward with another man? First off, do you want to have any other children? No. So you're looking for a stepfather. Is there any honor in being a stepfather today?
I think it is.
Bullshit. I put a post up on Instagram and I asked people this question. Is there any honor in being a stepfather? And overwhelmingly, people said no. Women said no. So a man doesn't get a child with you. He has to come and raise some other men's children, men that you don't even speak highly of. You've got issues. This sounds like why should a man who has 2015 Kia Optima buying power settle for a rental?
Mm. Wow.
I mean, y'all just don't think of your. And point is, you ladies don't think of yourselves in realistic terms. You look at it and you say, "Well, look, I'm great, all right, but somebody's is rent or own, and why should a man marry you, own you, pay the full freight, and he can't even get a kid?"
But own me, like I'm not a property, and I don't see that's maybe marriage would not be my thing because I'm not a property. It's a 50-50 thing, like that's something.
That's such a boy. It's not no 50-50 nothing because a man coming in taking care of your two kids, that ain't no 50-50 nothing. He has to come in and provide for your two kids. He don't even get a kid. You're coming in with less. He has to come in with more. And see, that's the thing. You ladies talk about this ownership. Okay, well, if there's a bump in the night, do you jump up and go deal with it?
I have to. I have to play
If
both
you're
roles.
married, you got a
Oh,
husband
probably
in the
not.
bed.
Most
Why not?
likely not. If he's a man, he would
Oh,
definitely.
see, I think, thank you. You hear that shit? If he's a man, see, it's funny when a man is going to lose his life defending you, but it ain't no man for you to follow.
I mean, but I would get up and see if it was a bump. I mean, my thing about it is just that I had to play both roles by myself a
You're
lot.
not a wife. You're not a wife.
Hey, I mean, hey, that's probably why I'm still alone, and I'm
That's
okay
it.
with it. And I'm okay with it. But
Okay,
I
but
did want your opinion on it
but
because
I get it. But I'm just saying, a man who's looking for a wife ain't looking for all this attitude and this negotiation. Understand something. A man who's looking to find a wife has all the advantages. He doesn't have to negotiate with any women, much less a woman who doesn't want to play her role and that wants to bring somebody else's kids and ain't gonna give him no kid. That's not a. You don't have any leverage in the marriage
so
market
if
here.
I did give him a kid, it would be a whole different ballgame.
It would be more than what you got now.
Mm.
But let's just go forward. Okay, so let's just say you decide to say, well, all right, I'm not cut out for this marriage stuff. Okay. You have any daughters?
Oh, I have a 16-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old son.
Okay. Um, when you reach age 65, are you gonna have your $2.4 million cash needed for retirement?
Mm. It's a possibility.
Okay. How's it gonna be? Did you go to college?
I did a little bit
Okay.
associate's degree.
Okay. So what do you
Well,
do
I'm,
for a
I'm
living?
working right now for. Oh, I'm a bartender.
Okay,
I went to
man,
real
man,
estate.
don't know. Bartenders don't make two. Come on, man.
You said what happened?
Bartenders don't make 2.4. Bartenders don't make that. Bartenders do
But
well, but ma'am, I used to be a bartender. Bartenders don't. You don't. You don't. You don't earn your way, or you don't save your way into 2.4 million. You invest.
okay, but I'm
No,
asking
I'm just going. No, no, man. You got two kids, right? Do you own a home?
you. No.
So are you in an apartment?
Townhouse.
Renting?
Yes.
Okay. A bartender with two children renting a townhouse does not, at 65, become a person who lived a life on purpose, who made long term investments to prepare for retirement.
Well,
That
I'm currently in school for real estate. I should be done by next month. Like, there's things that
real
I'm
estate,
doing.
there, ding, 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 real estate, real estate, it's always real estate. It's real estate or it's financial planning or entrepreneurialism. Ma'am, did you not watch my show the other night? Well, I ran down all these bullshit multi-level marketing, and it's always real estate. Real estate. Okay. Woo.
My thing is, it's never too late to start over when it comes to.
Yes, it is.
When is it too late?
It's too late. It's too late to start over to try. Okay, it's too late to start over to try to be a high earner. See, you are how old again?
34.
34. I've had a 20 plus year sales career. I want you guys to understand that they would rather do this. I mean, I got a video up right now about a woman similar to you, two kids. She was 27. And I did the same example, and you're saying the same things. Not real, and you're a bartender. She was a property manager for government housing. And then she went and got her health license for World Global Financial, and you're going to do real estate. Like I said, they always said that's who gets rich, selling poor black women dreams that you can be the one. At 34, you got 31 years into retirement and you're renting right now. You're not making $400,000 a year. You'd have to be making in excess of $300,000+ a year, saving a substantial portion of that to get to $2.4 million because you didn't start early. Why am I saying this? Because as a single woman, you don't earn enough money to be single. So when you're 65 years old and you cannot work another day, no one will hire you, and whatever money you have is saved is gone. Who's going to pay for the rest of your life between 65 and 85? Who's going to pay for it?
Looking into my 401k. I mean, I have not always been a bartender.
Who's going to? I said when the money is gone. When the money's gone. See, the money runs out. What happens when the money runs out?
I'm gonna make a way.
No. Black women why are black women aging and dying alone? I was probably one step away from being on the streets, Karen said. 4 years after the stock market crash in 2008, her life savings and investment was gone. She was forced to sell the house she had co-owned and lived in with her mother and her aunt who had died. You can't make a way. How do you make a way if you can't make no money?
See, I've always made some money, so I'm gonna.
That's what I mean. Privilege. You ladies have lived in privilege so much that you're not looking at the reality that at the end of life, you cannot work after 65. Where are you going to work after 65 that's going to pay you a living wage?
My thing about it is when you said that privilege, like
I don't care. Where are you going to work after age 65 that's going to pay you a living wage?
There's like work from home jobs. There's stuff.
Like what?
Call center.
Who?
Call center. It's a business called Arise that you can
call
work from
center.
Home. Call center. Yes, you can answer phone calls for $18 an hour. Yes, you can. You can do stocks. I know a girl who's doing $50,000 a month in doing stocks.
This is insane. I want you guys to understand. When I was coming up, you did not work over 65. The first people to start hiring people who are retirement age were Walmart, and they hired greeters. Now you got women like yourself thinking you can have full-blown careers after retirement. So you're just gonna pull. So let me get this right. You're gonna do whatever you do till retirement age. Then when you age out, then all of a sudden you're gonna become a stock professional enough to. Ma'am, how much? Or something. Older the women as they age become more expensive. Your health care, your insurance, all this stuff. And what you're saying, do you really believe this? That call center, $18 an hour, that's $36,000 a year.
Well, no, I was just saying something just for now. I mean,
but no. I said at 65, where do you see 65-year-old or older people working in the world earning a living wage?
You're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm. So when whatever money you make as an individual single woman with 2 kids who's renting, you're living paycheck to paycheck, like most people. Difference is you don't have a family, a husband, and an extended family to rely on. So once your money's over, there's no jobs, or there's no job that you can do. And again, 65, you ladies assume that you're going to always be healthy. Does your body bounce back like it did when you were drunk at 18?
No.
Then what the French toast makes you think your knees or your body's going to do anything at 65 when you're twice as old as you are now? So if you're not going to get your attitude or your mindset or whatever enough to be able to cooperate with a man to build security for the future, then you are going to have to earn enough money to provide for yourself until death because the government won't do it.
You're
There's
right.
no, but that's because they shouldn't.
You're right. Oh, what about my Social Security?
Uh, due respect, ma'am, what have you paid into Social Security?
Oh, I paid a lot. I mean,
What's the most you've ever made in 1 year?
off the books on the bus. Probably like 100,000.
Okay. On the books is the only way you get Social Security. See, people always want Social Security, but if you ain't paying into it,
I mean, see, but I've been working since I was 14 with
but
two.
that's fine.
So it's just kind
But
of
fine,
like,
man. Social Security. My mother and you know how much Social Security they get? How much Social Security do you think you'd get at 65?
oh, well, I'm not for sure about 65, but I know right now that if I got disabled or
Not disability.
Social
Social
Security,
Security is not
yes.
disability.
Well, oh,
Social Security is not disability. What do you think you get? The average retiree would get
2,000.
like it's like $800 a month.
Mm. Well, last time I checked with my Social Security, it said it was,
Oh, Jesus H. Christ. Social Security is supplemental. It's not meant to retire on. You're supposed to have investments, savings. Social Security is supposed to be like the parsley. It's not supposed to replace your income. Who goes and lives a life and then retires at 65 and then all of a sudden Social Security is paying their mortgage, their car payment, their kids' college and this and that. That's not what that system does. And the point I'm making is that you ladies you live with female privilege to where you don't even have to understand how the world works. Listen to what I'm about to say. There's a show on FX called Why, Last Man Standing. And it's a comic series where every male in the planet dies. Everything with a Y chromosome dies. I love this show because all of a sudden all these women are dealing with a world and they don't know how to get it done. And even that show ain't even realistic. You're living like most women, like it'll work itself out. But as a bartender, and I've been a bartender and a server, that's not you don't see 60-year-old bartenders, man. What are you going to do as a profession to earn a real solid income to own a home?
well, I'm working on that. I want to open a business. That's what I'm doing the real estate. I do have,
See what I mean?
but
See what I
my thing
mean?
about it is,
See what I mean? It's always real estate to own a business because this is what it means.
well, no, not
Listen, no,
necessarily.
listen. No, I'm going to explain to you what it is. Audience, this is what it is. Because they didn't go to college or they didn't do it the slow way. The only way to make up the hole they're in is to go out into the world and manifest it. And what's manifesting, it's sold to them as real estate, some sort of business, usually in real estate, something that they make a lot of money with little competency. You don't have prospecting, sales skills, funnel management. You don't have a network of people. You don't have a network of high value and high net worth individuals to sell homes to. Anybody with a pulse can get a real estate license to go sell an MLS listing. Keller Williams, Cohen Barker, all these people out there. That's why you have so many women and broke women selling for State Farm Farmers, Allstate, but then they go to Primerica, World Financial Health, Aflac, and all these other places, and it's all the same. How many homes, high-end homes, get sold to pay substantial commissions? That's very small.
You know what's funny that you said that is because I mean I know you don't know me. It's just that I do know people that have money, like millions.
Women
Yes,
that
My,
they earn. Hold on, that they earned.
yes, that
What?
own that
Hold
that
on. What? How did
taking
they
care of
earned
my
it? They earned it doing what?
stocks, investing the right way, having business multiple.
Excuse me. Let's investigate this. Stocks. I'm not trying to be rude, man,
No, I'm listening.
but where do these women get the money to invest in the stock market?
Well, for one lady that I know in particular, that I know for 9 years, she had a husband who passed away.
Thank you. So it doesn't count.
What is it?
So it doesn't count because the money came from a man.
Okay, but that was.
No, there's no but. There's no but. There's
So
no
what
but.
about the fact that she kept it going? I mean, like
She
that.
kept it. She kept walking. Let's play it your way. She took the retirement money, and who invested it for her?
She did.
And what did she invest in?
I mean, I'm not for sure what she invested in, but I'm just saying
Then
she
how
was
do you know what she's
successful.
saying? How do you know? No. Then how do you know what she's saying is act? How much money did she get left?
I have no idea. I wasn't around
Then
it.
how do you know what she's saying is true?
Because of how she lives and who she is and what she
You
does.
don't know shit. See, that's what I mean, folks. And I say it this way because women will tell with, yeah, girl, you see a man, when you see a man driving an AMG Mercedes, you say, damn, wonder what he does to drive that. But you know, almost 100% of the time that man had to make the money to do that. When you see a woman driving an AMG or a G-Wagon, you know almost 100% of the time it was purchased by a man.
Ooh, child. Oh no, he didn't. What? So you just don't believe that at all that a woman can actually do for herself without a man?
Black
That's basically
women,
what you're saying.
74% of black women earn $50,000 or less.
Mm.
9% of black women in this country earn more than $75,000. I believe anytime you see a woman getting out, anytime I see a woman getting out of a high-end sports car or a high-end luxury car, a man is behind that purchase most of the time.
So
And
she
you know
can't
it,
have an 800
ma'am.
or she can't
She can have
have.
an 800 credit score. Where's the French toast ass income?
Mm,
An 800 credit score with a $40,000 a year job means nothing.
mm.
Where do you know women who are earning $200,000 and $300,000? What professions pay that kind of money?
Entertainment, businesses, as far
Entertainment. What professions?
as lawyers, doctors,
Right. You mean an attorney? 8 years of schooling, massive levels of certification, and then all attorneys are making 300. There are plenty of attorneys who make around 180 to 150. They don't all make that. Doctors. You mean 10 years of school and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of student loan debt to work for, to be tied up with these big insurance companies. You don't know what you're talking about. The first thing you go to is something that's nebulous, entertainment. That means you get paid for not being competent at something. Entertainment. This is the privilege you guys live with. Could you do your job that you do if you were 300 pounds and look like Gabrielle Sidibe? Could you make the tips you make?
Oh, probably not.
That's because you use your privilege to make money.
You're right. You're probably right about
I
that.
know I'm right. So the point is, all this you're saying, I don't think a woman can do anything. I'm talking to a woman who sounds like most women who don't even think further than a year.
No, I think for like three, but
Okay, but you don't invest that way.
you're right.
Like most women don't. When do women start getting, the average woman doesn't really start getting serious about investments or politics until their looks fail. That's around 40. But
Mm.
women, you want to see something funny? Go ask a woman who's 25 anything about politics. Go ask her anything about investments. Go ask her anything about the world, the International Monetary Fund, anything. But men have to worry about this stuff because we built the world and we run the world. So when you say that women can't, no, you can't. That's why that last man standing is so funny because when they said, well, All the planes are dropping out of the air. The power plants are about to start failing. The coal mines are empty, and the surplus is gone. We're going to start having power outages. And the president, female at the time, said, "I'm sorry, which city are you talking about?" She said, "City. It's the whole world, man, because women are in coal mines, the power grids, the water, the infrastructures. Y'all don't do that. We do. The jobs that pay money for being competent are science, technology, engineering, math. That's why when you ask the average woman, where are you going to get this massive amount of money? There's hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the first thing they go to is some sort of sales. Because in sales, you don't have to be competent. You just have to show up, and it's supposed to happen. But you got the right one, a professional salesperson who understands the process, who sees women every. It don't work that way. Because if it did, why don't you see more women making $200,000-$300,000 selling real estate? If it just worked, if it was just a matter of determination, why don't you see more single mothers who are in your position making that kind of money? Why ain't you doing it right now?
Well, I just started. There's a lot going on, but I definitely am going to come back to you in the next, I want to say next year, and tell you where I am and how I've climbed that ladder. And I mean,
And it's always,
yeah,
and
but
this is the thing, they're always, see, every woman I talk to is going to be the one that's going to go to the league. They're all going to the league. They can look at all the facts, data, statistics, but it's them that's going to win the lotto. She's going to the league. No, man, you're going to come back and you're going to still be a bartender. You're going to realize that don't nobody buy nothing from somebody just because they're nice. They'll listen to you, but people don't sign on the line that's dotted for substantial money because they like you. People invest with people who are competent, people who purchase big ticket items from people who they can hold accountable. That's not an insult.
no, I'm believing you, but I definitely have faith in myself, and I know I'll go far.
Faith, this is what I mean. This is why this is why the black community is dying, because our women would rather believe on hope and a dream and faith and manifesting. My God ain't never told you to do this. Your job, if you have faith, is to be next to Adam, Eve. Your job is to be with your man and be a support system and a helpmate, not to go make your own damn Garden of Eden under your own rules.
All right.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, yeah, because sometimes we don't have any other choice. Like I had no other.
You have choices.
I
You
had
have choice.
no choice.
You have choices. Check your attitude. Check your attitude and become compliant and cooperative with a man. See, the funny thing is, my mother. Could you move your child out? I'm not talking to her.
Goodbye. Go. I'm listening.
The funny thing is, my mother is a very attractive woman, model-esque, and always had a stern personality. You know what? It was hard coming up because she had a lot of the same attitudes I have. You know what? After 50, she got married because she decided to stop being so stubborn. And in the last 20 plus years, she's had a life that she never would have had before, but she was raised differently. She rebelled. I'm sorry, your generations weren't raised like those women. Her sisters didn't, and they died alone. Man, you're trying to hold a good face because what else? You're on Instagram in front of everybody. You don't want to say, or you can't say, this shit is terrifying. He's right. The probability is not good. You gotta say what you're saying.
Well, let me ask you this though. You said she got married after 50. Maybe she didn't want a man in the household. I'm just saying, me personally, maybe she didn't want a man in the household to be around you or different men. Like my thing is,
Who
I
said
don't
that?
want
No,
to
I didn't
be
say my
around my
mother was.
kids.
I didn't know. Excuse me. No, see, no. You could have asked the question. She was. She didn't. She did not have any boyfriends. She was just a hard-headed woman. She would tell if you. She will tell you the problem was her.
Hold on, my man. Hold on, my man. Okay, hold on.
How old is he?
He's 5.
Okay. What state do you live in?
Georgia.
What's he doing up at 11:20?
He doesn't have school tomorrow. They don't have school. They're out for the week. He takes naps too, actually, today. So he's up until
Ma'am, I
probably.
have a child and I've been a stepfather. That's the difference between y'all and us. There ain't no goddamn reason a 5-year-old is up at 11:30, school or not, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. His ass should have been in bed a long time ago.
Well, he took a nap and.
I don't knock his little ass out. He should be coming in the door when you talking to grown people.
You're right. That's probably why I don't have any men in my household.
No, because you have no structure. This is what men provide. We provide masculine leadership and structure. So when I was around young boys like that, the first thing they responded to was the basement. They went to bed. There were rules. And see, we have a community where the women are just allowed to do what they want to and believe and hope and manifest. But you know the realities of your life. You know you're doing the best you can. I don't doubt that. But black women have been told to be strong, independent, and you're programmed to do it all by yourself, to where it's against your better nature. And every other group of women knows that, you know what, I am better off with a man. But black women,
Order 66.
execute Order 66.
Execute Order 66.
That programming that came from your big mama's generation, the baby boomers, that told y'all that don't get no man, get yourself da 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 da. When the next group of women are married at 54% rate, you got women who come into this country illegally, who live better lives with husbands who stand outside of Home Depot and sell cans and stuff. How can people come across this border and in under 20 years own what used to be the black side of town? Because they have family. The women stick with their men. We got a bunch of women out by themselves doing the best you can. But the reality is you don't have the skills to make high income. You can live paycheck to paycheck and keep the lights on, such and so forth, but you never get ahead. The only way you get ahead is to finally decide to cool that shit down and cooperate with a man and get on his side, because a man ain't just gonna come in and say, well, I'll become a stepfather and put up with you being a partner. This ain't gonna work. So now you gotta do something where I'm gonna sell real estate. And every time I ask a woman, where do you see these people make all this money? And you can't verify it. It's just one story that was told. But you know that people don't get paid that kind of money for nothing. And they certainly don't get paid it month in, month out, year in, year out, so they can plan. They may hit a lick and get a lump sum of money, but it's about consistency. And this kind of shit scares women because y'all ain't been told this. You've been told just to do what you do because the world has lived on black women being strong, independent, and alone. Because y'all consume more. Because if there was a man there, you consume less. Because we come in with structure. Even if we was making the same amount, we have structure. There will be some savings. There will be some rules. Your daughter would have some rules. Your son would have some rules. And you know what I'm saying is more accurate, because you cannot tell me you feel secure having to be out there and trying to make this shit up. So why do y'all act like it's like, well, I got faith in this and that? I grew up in the church and I see more women who are full of faith and ring fingers empty as hell. Ain't no husband sitting next to them.
You're right about that.
So could the answer possibly be what every other race of women understand it to be? A husband.
I mean, yeah, you might be right about that.
But
It's just hard to get one of those that want to settle down, that wants to build. Yeah, it's just.
it's not hard to get a husband. It's hard for y'all to be wives. 60+% divorce rate in the black community, and 80 to 90% of divorces are initiated by women.
Cause yeah, you know why? Because usually it's infidelity, it's the lies, it's money
She don't
issues. I mean,
she don't even know. She just talking. See, this is what I mean. This is Order 66, y'all.
Execute Order
wait, so you really, so
Stop,
honestly,
ma'am, stop, ma'am. I'm the one that knows the data. That was Order 66 in the color purple and waiting to exhale. Ma'am, that's all that was. Infidelity in the black community. Black men and black, it is higher in the black community. I grant you that.
Thank you.
Black men surveyed cheated at a rate of 28%. You know what rate black women surveyed? What the rate they cheat at?
7.
24. See, they don't like it. Y'all are cheating just as much, almost as much as the men.
Some.
24, 28%, man. Facts are stubborn things. 60% divorce rate. 80 to 90% of divorce actions in the black community are initiated by black women. That means you're leaving. Women who look like you are walking away from your marriages, but only 1 in 4 of you will marry in your lifetime. So if it's so hard for you to get married, why does the average black marriage last less than 5 years? And why is it when a marriage ends and a home is wrecked, is a woman wrecking it 80 to 90% of the time? Even if I said half of that 80 to 90%, not half of that 80%, is for the worst parts of the Bible. Half of it, half of the 8 out of 10 divorces are filed for legitimate reasons. Legitimate, no one will question it. That still means 4 out of 10 are for irreconcilable differences or less. That's still near 50%. That's still twice as many divorces as black men file. The problem is not a lack of husbands. The problem is a lack of black women who are wives. You have met many men who are suitable, many men who probably wanted to be serious with you, but you, for some reason, disqualify them. You've had babies with 2 men. As far as I'm concerned, the man you lost your virginity to, in old times would have been your husband. Your first baby daddy, your first husband. Your second baby daddy, second husband. So you've been married at least twice. So you're looking for a third husband now, and the third husband doesn't get a kid.
He might get a kid. It's a possibility.
But the point is, are you a wife? Are you a person who was cooperative enough to be around? Okay, you say it's hard to find somebody to build with. No, it's hard to find a woman who will sit her fucking ass down for 30 years to be built with.
Meaning like not working and
No, stay in your relationship. You can't build with somebody who keeps leaving the job site. And that's one of the main problems with modern women. You guys just go on your feelings. So as soon as it doesn't feel right, you leave. So how do you build something with somebody who starts and stops and starts and stops and doesn't stay? We don't leave. Y'all do. But see, it's easier to parrot and say the things you're saying than to accept, whether you like it or not, the facts today. But look it up yourself. Because it's not black men. It's not, you can say, well, you're not marrying any man. All men are bad. So even if you say black men ain't shit, what about the other ones? What's wrong with Bradley, Amanda, and Enrique? Why ain't they marrying you? Why ain't they rushing over if y'all so great?
You're right.
So if Becky can get married at a rate of 54%, and that's the next lowest group, and in the coronavirus, in the last, marriage filings went up in every community except in the black community during the pandemic. Wealth went up. But in the black community, it still goes down.
Well, I guess we just have to work on that.
What is that we got to work on?
We have to work on getting married and maybe
Who's we? Who's we?
As black people.
No.
As black females.
Yes. Because that's y'all's only way out. Because here's the thing. If you don't get married, you don't make enough money to live on your own. If you don't make enough money to live on your own, when it's time for retirement, and if your kids can't cover it, and that's fucked up to make your kids have to pay for it, then what, if a man couldn't pay for it, what happens to him? Where's he end up?
I don't know.
If you can't pay your mortgage, what do they do to your house?
Oh, they foreclose on it?
And then where do you end up?
On the street.
Thank you.
Mm.
That's what's starting to happen in this country. The women who look like you. Go to California. 10 cities popping up. This is happening. The news media is just not talking about it as much because they don't like showing women in desperate position. And there's nothing as vulnerable as a woman homeless.
Well, I see it a lot out here in Georgia too.
Okay, but see the thing is, but do you see? But usually you see a woman that's homeless, and there's a lot of mental health and stuff and so forth. The largest growing faction of homeless women are women and children, women who look like you, around your age. You can't keep you can lock your townhome door. You can't lock the sidewalk. You can't lock a tent. Anything you got, you can't keep. You think you can survive on this? I mean, think about being on the street. If somebody wants something from you, how you gonna stop them?
Mm. Mm.
See, every other group of women understand that their survival is linked to their man. That's why I love that show, Last Man Standing. You got all these white women in there mourning for their men because they're like, well, the world was so much better when the men were there. But what they don't show is groups of black women. One thing I noticed about that show, they have a black woman here or there, but they got exactly what they wanted, a world without men. And when world without us means you die. So
Mm.
if y'all started acting like your literal survival counted on this, there'd be an easier way for you to start understanding and getting some of this stuff under control because black people prior to 1965 was married at a rate of 80%. It's not like black people don't marry. We were married to Jim Crow segregation, black laws, lynching. The out of control element, the out of order element in our community is the women. I'm just saying, unless you see something different.
I definitely can agree with you on that when it comes to men. But then there's some men, like my first baby father, that
Mm-hmm.
rather depend on a woman to work and
Okay.
they make the minimum. So for me,
Then why did you give that man a baby?
I was 17 I was 16 when I was 17 when I got pregnant, and I was just kind of like, I could, like you said, I could do it myself, and I'm gonna make it happen, which I did. And then I got
So I'm sorry, you chose that.
right,
So men have no sympathy for when you ladies choose to go give men who don't deserve to be fathers children.
right. You
So so I mean, it's kind of like if you were okay. Let's just say let's flip the coin. Let's play devil. If you're a black man your age and you're looking for a wife,
hmm
think you have a better chance finding a wife in the black community or in another race of women.
I think I could find a I think I could find a woman in the black community. I sure could. Because if it was a woman like me, I sure could.
You're a wife?
Well, no, I'm not a wife, not yet.
No, no,
But
no,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying,
No, you're a wife. You're wife ready. You're wife quality. You're wife.
yes, I would
Have you
say.
not been? Have you not been? If you not been paying attention in this conversation, you're not a wife.
Why aren't I a wife? Because I have two kids and I don't make one.
No, no, because of your attitude.
I don't have attitude. Why do you think everybody got an attitude? Because I don't have
I
attitude.
didn't say you were being okay, man. This is what I mean, guys. When I it was like that beeping smoke detector. They never think it's them. You're not a wife, man.
Because I'm not submissive. Because I won't just listen to or let a man rule me.
Whatever just reared up in you, and whatever that means, yes,
Oh,
because that's what you associate with being a wife. So if you're a black man and most black women talk like you said yeah. So what is a black man to do? Sort through all that?
if anyone loves me and want to be with me, I
No,
guess.
no, 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 no. He's looking for a wife. See, that's what I don't. You ladies don't understand. So when you see black men who are not with black women, y'all get mad at black men instead of realizing saying black women, we got to do better. We lost another one.
Oh no, I mean I don't think like that. I feel like love is no color on love. You can marry
Well,
that.
but I just said if a black man was looking for a wife, I said you think you could find one in the black community? You should go to another race woman. You said I feel like you can go find them. Okay, how do you, in this whole conversation we've had about black women, what percentage of out of marrying age black women, out of marrying age women, 18 to 18 to 35, what percentage of black women would you say are marriageable?
Oh,
Just a guess.
50%. Who's gonna give it even?
Okay.
Because I mean I do
Okay.
understand that there's some
Okay.
women that
Okay.
aren't. I definitely understand that part.
50%. What would make a woman not marriageable? What would knock a woman out of potential for being a wife?
Insecurity, thinking that a man is supposed to do everything, um, not being able to take care of a household, um, not being able to even hold their own. That's where I feel like that privilege come in
What
because
about what about if she has a child?
no, I feel like they should still be able to get married at least.
Okay. 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 That's what you think. Okay. 54% of black men are single and childless, and most men want to start their own families. But you, as a woman, don't think that having a child should knock you out of contention for being a wife. That's fine. What about weight?
I don't think you should be obese, but
80% of black women are overweight, and 80% of that number is obese.
I mean,
So how if so weight should matter? Yes or no?
no, weight shouldn't matter.
So kids shouldn't matter, weight shouldn't matter.
No,
So to get to a 50% number of black women between 18 and 35, a black man just has to accept it all.
I mean it's all about what they feel on the inside and
No,
how
no,
they
no, no,
feel.
no, 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 no. See, now you're trying to get to the special snowflake. See, you got a son, and one day he's gonna have to pick. Do you think these women are raising daughters that are gonna be good enough for your son?
I hope so.
No, no, not hope. I'm not asking about hope shit. Do you think that when your son is of marrying age and made himself a successful man looking for a wife, you think that half the women of marrying age are gonna be quality for him to be your granddaughter, to be your daughter-in-law, to be the mother of his children?
Mm.
You think these women are raising those girls to be fit for your boy?
No.
So let's get out of this 50% bullshit.
Mm. Yeah, you're right.
So if the women aren't raising them, then where are the wives to come from?
You might be right about that.
My ultimate point is, if you're going to save the black community, you got to start prioritizing on family. And family cannot exist. The black family today is a black woman and kids. There is you look at ad circulars everywhere else. Family is a mother, father, children. Father, mother, children. Black community is a woman and kids. Because y'all stand alone. And you said it from 16. I can do it all by myself. How do you get that at 16?
I had a car and two jobs when I was in high school.
Why? But where were your mother and father?
I was raised by my grandma and my sister.
Okay.
So it was just a little different for me. My grandma,
So if the black mothers aren't prioritizing marriage and family, how do you have a black community? If the black mothers aren't prioritizing marriage, then family, how do you have a black community? See,
yeah.
see, and that's all I do is ask these questions because when you came in, you were so sure that the issue is with the men.
Hmm.
That's the privilege. That's the story that's been told to you to keep you at war with the men. So now when you go out into the world, maybe this conversation will make you start to say, you know what? There's a lot of shit going on with us women too, including me. That's why I recommend therapy so much, because most women don't even have this conversation, but then they think, but it'll bypass me. If I asked you, if you wanted to be married, if you wanted to be married, what percentage chance do you think you have of being married? If you wanted to be married, what chance out of 100%? What do you think?
I'll give it a 75. Oh my gosh. I can't have high hopes for myself, so I'm supposed to say
I said
50.
percentage chance. See, ma'am, is there a difference between probability and possibility?
Yes.
What's the difference?
I feel like possibility is a chance or hope, and probability is the actual like standard of,
The likelihood.
yeah.
I asked you, what's the probability? You said
Okay,
70%.
probably 25%.
But okay, but if 1 in 4 black women were married in their lifetime and you're 34 with 2 kids, don't you think that lowers your probability?
No, because if a man, I feel like a man that really loves and cares about you would.
So you think a woman who's younger with no children has a similar probability as a woman who's older with 2 kids? So the 22, so the childless version of you has a similar probability of finding a husband as the 34-year-old two-child version of you.
No.
Then see what I mean? This is what I mean. You all put yourself in the category of I'm special. This is the everybody gets a trophy, 8th place trophy, participation trophy. You guys can't judge yourselves realistically. This is why I got faith. It's going to work. I mean, everything you've said has been, I could take you out and put it, this is like this, the mindset. I've been dealing with this for over a year, and I could just start blanking out the faces, just letting the voices play, and they will all start to blur into one another. But the men didn't do this.
We did this.
And the only way it's going to fix it is when you women start fixing it. You're going to have to start fixing it. So like your daughter. Was that your daughter that came in earlier?
Mm-hmm.
How old is she?
She's 16.
What are you telling her daughter a man's purpose is?
Oh gosh, you're gonna be mad. I'm more of get your education, start your career before you start dealing with men, because men like to destroy women, especially us black women. But that's just how I feel. I would love for her to have a man in her life and get married and all that other stuff. But I will.
So
love
you're teaching your daughter that
to
you teaching your daughter to fear black men.
No, I'm teaching.
No, ma'am, you just said I'm teaching my daughter to go to school, get her education, and start her career, and get herself together before she gets married, because men tend to destroy women. That's what the fuck you said.
You right, because most men do that. They play with your emotions. They lie to you.
Most men don't do shit, because 54% of black men are single and childless.
Mm.
The men
And some of them are gay.
excuse me.
But some of them
This
are
is
gay.
what now I'm about to go to fuck off. This is what I mean. You guys choose shitty men and then you blame all men.
You're right.
30% of black men are married. 54% are single and childless. That's 84%. 84% of black men are responsible for 20% of the children. 80% of the children in the black community come from 16% of the men. You're judging black men based upon the dudes you decide to fucking suck.
Well, I ain't suck dick.
I don't give a shit. That's not the point. And I want you to understand, you are burdening your daughter with this same bullshit. So what I mean,
Execute Order 66.
you're telling this 16-year-old girl, get out here and be single like me. Do it on your own like me, because it's better to do this, because men are to be feared. How do you think black women get ahead when every other race or woman has a man beside 50, there's a better than 50% chance you got a man beside you. When are y'all gonna fucking learn? 16, you're condemning your daughter based upon, this is why I say therapy is so much, because who's she not gonna believe? Her mama? Because I don't know where her father is, but it don't sound like you think too highly of him.
Sure don't.
But you picked the motherfucker.
You right. Wish I did.
Doesn't matter. You see, the fact that you keep saying this shit. Stop saying that. He's half of her, right?
Fortunately.
And unfortunately, she's half of you. Can you be as disgusted for that?
Well, no, not as much as him. Trust me, I can.
Jesus H. Christ.
You know, just
Therapy. This is why therapy is so important. This woman, you are destroying your daughter. And if you don't think your son feels the negative vibrations you have towards men, and you talk about some of the guys end up being gay, who do you think makes these motherfuckers sissies?
us women. That's why I wanted a girl. But,
Oh, you just gonna make her a dyke then, huh? So that's what they say. They say that strong mothers make boys who are gay. I don't believe that, and they make women who are. That's the whole trope in the black community. Man,
okay, what about mothers like LeBron James' mother or Jay-Z's
we
mother?
talking?
Like, what about those people? Like, I don't get it.
Why are we going to NFL and NBA, NFL and rappers? Why do we go? Tell me some black business people. Name me 5 black business professionals, black business moguls that are in athletics, entertainment, and music.
Damn. I can't even do it.
That's a goddamn shame.
It is. Oh, my God.
And I'm sitting back and like, you say these guys become gay. What do you think this comes from? Self-hate. Do you think, does your son hear you say anything positive about me and he share his reflection? No, man. I'm telling you right now, this conversation, if he's around you, this shit is poison.
Ooh. I mean, I don't really say anything about men like that.
Bullshit. How many of y'all think this woman who's here, when she's in her normal life, doesn't talk this way? Ma'am, you were talking this way in front of your 16-year-old daughter. This is why it will be better for the fathers to raise the kids.
Oh, definitely not her dad. I mean, he can't even.
I would say all fathers.
Huh?
I didn't say all fathers.
Oh, all right, good. So you think a man could raise a daughter? I think not.
You think a woman can raise a man?
I mean, I am going to do the best of my ability, but
Best of my see. That's why I point you. The logic fucks you guys up. Was the black community better off 70 years ago with Jim Crow segregation, black laws, and everything else?
no,
It wasn't.
no.
The community wasn't better off.
Because you kept people bound. You kept people not wanting to get more involved.
What the fuck are you talking about?
As far as you said,
The
Jim
black
Crow segregation.
community, not the country, the black community.
Oh.
So it wasn't better when we had black businesses and thriving black schools and black
Yeah.
papers. Okay, well that was then. In the middle of all that oppression, because you had nuclear families. What have we had for the last 50 years in the black community? What's the community look like? Single mother-led homes. Black boys reading at a 4th grade level. So you say that can a man do worse? If women have been in charge of the black community my entire life, do you think the black community is better off? than it was 50 years ago?
No, it's not.
Then what's the so when do you ladies start understanding you don't need to be in charge? You need to take a step back and recognize the fault is not with the men. You can't even make the case, man.
Well, well, whenever I do get married, if I get married,
If
call
you
me back on this show. And
if you
so
get married, but if you get married, why? But you don't want to get married.
I do want to get married.
Why? What good is a man?
A companionship to have someone to be with
What
me.
good is a man? Companionship? My dog.
I have one, but no,
Okay,
I
no.
want
Why
someone
you
that cuddle me, that can love me, that will build with me, that
build
will
what?
a life, like a financial life, a spiritual life,
And what
just
is okay? And what is he getting?
a partner, love, security, knowing that someone's going to be by his side, up and down. That's not good enough.
I don't think that you recognize. I don't think you realize how much work you are.
Mm, you're right. I am a lot of work. But I'm not going to lose faith. I'm not going to just like not think I'm not going to get married and not have anybody to.
Okay, man. What percentage of women? Okay, do you think there's a percentage of women that will die alone, unmarried, never marry?
Yes,
What percentage of women do you think, black women, what percentage of black women do you think that will be?
probably 40%.
Ma'am, right now it's 74%.
Mm,
And growing. You're in that group.
mm.
You're not getting younger, you're getting older, more set in your ways.
You're right about that.
So my point is, why do you keep saying I'm not gonna give up hope and this and that? It's not about hope. Are you a religious person?
I'm spiritual.
Then what are you? Well, then spiritual. Faith without works is what?
You said faith without
Works. Faith without works is what? It's a
nothing.
saying. Faith
Oh,
without works is dead. So where's the work behind this faith?
yeah, it's really I don't just.
So here you are at 34 years old. You've had it come to G. If you're not willing to do the talking, sounds good. You can say whatever, but if you're not willing to do the work, nothing changes. That's why Iana Van Zant did for 10 years. If y'all not willing to do the work, get real and do the work. People can talk shit about me. I've done my work. I do my work. The people who progress in life do the work. They don't sit back and say, I'm just going to hope and wish and I can't. Well, it's just talk. But I'm going to say again, you need to stop that BS with your daughter. Because I'm gonna tell you why they do this to they don't realize they're doing it, but they keep their daughters single and their sons weak, so they'll be their security plan. Go to the video I uploaded about another woman that shares your reflection who was talking the same shit you're talking. She was the mother of two. Because if you keep your daughter single, get you a job, get your career done, because these men can destroy you, whatever. What do you think that does to a daughter? It makes her go out into the world not trusting men. So if she does go off and become successful and have a job and she ain't got a husband or whatever, that means her little money or whatever, when mama gets sick or mama fall on hard times, that is what's happening right now. So many women can't have lives because they are taking care of their mothers.
Mm,
Sons are doing the same thing. It's called being a son husband. They don't want to leave because mama is alone. Mama ain't had no man. So these kids end up living around their mama because their mama is an unsufferable biznatch who could not ever decide to get with a man and don't nobody want to leave and go off and live a life because they don't want mama to die by themselves. So they end up living near guilted into making their mother's life and they don't even have a life.
mm.
All because
I want
mama,
that.
well, then do the work and stop being insufferable. Learn how to get along with somebody. A man, not somebody, a man. Get
But
this.
I can do. I
When
do.
was your last relationship?
I never had one, but
Thank
still,
you.
I
Then
do.
shut up. If you ain't had a relationship, you had 2 babies and no relationship.
I know you're gonna chew me out with this one,
I'm not
man.
chewing you out. I don't take it, man. What I'm trying to get you to do is stop talking shit and start live and stop doing this. You talk like you got the answer to life, but y'all like, where are your relationships? You do what? You do what? You ain't had a relationship. Why?
Cause they lie. Talk about, oh, if I never told you about a girlfriend, you never gave me no pussy. You damn right I would never give you no pussy if you had a girlfriend. What the fuck? But that's just the story of my life. Most of the guys that I do like, I wanted, tend to date or entertain. They always got a girlfriend or they got somebody in their life, and I just can't even deal with
Why
that.
are you having unprotected sex and making babies outside of marriage? The second
Okay.
one. The second one. I don't want to hear about the
Oh, the
first one.
second one.
Uh-huh.
I told his ass to use a condom, and
I don't want to hear shit, man. You could have stopped him. That boy is 5 years old. You were in your late 20s. The first one will give you. Explain that shit away. You're fully a grown goddamn woman.
I was stigmatized. It was just all about the penis, unfortunately. But that's just being truthful with you. I'm just being honest. But I learned from my
I asked
mistakes.
you, why did you make a baby? You
I
could have.
didn't want to make a baby. I didn't tell him to come to
Oh
me.
my
I
God.
did not tell
Oh
him to
my
come.
God. Oh my God.
I did.
Accountability is like fucking kryptonite. Are you serious? This is why black men are starting just no accountability. They're this, they're that, they're this, they're that. You laid down and made a baby 5 years ago at almost 30 years old with everything you've done because of some good dick.
Mm, yeah. Mm.
Well, you're earning your outcome. I mean, that's fair. So you don't have relationships, the men you pick, whatever. I mean, that's fine. And here's the thing, but stop talking like a marriage and relationships is so easy to get when you are the only common denominator in all this stuff. We're all the common denominator. That's the purpose of this. Because I think that you take stuff like a joke. But man, you're almost 30 years old and you got a 5-year-old boy. You're raising a black boy. Right now, we have a jury trial in this state going for a black man who was shot down in the neighborhood running.
Mm-hmm. And that's scary as hell.
What's scary is who's raising them. They're raised without men. Why was he good enough to make a baby with and not marry?
That's another story.
Was he married?
No, not at the time, but he got married afterwards. Mm. Yeah, it's just a whole situation, and I don't even want to get.
So he's married now.
Yeah.
Did he want to marry you?
No, and I didn't want to. Oh my gosh, we're not even gonna get into it. Do
All
we
right.
have to
Well,
get?
I'm just asking. I'm just.
Oh
But
yeah.
I don't get it. I swear. But and here's the sad part. We have these conversations, and the reason I spend so much time is because when people listen to women like you talk, y'all sound so confident and so secure. Y'all have black women like yourself have destroyed the black male image in other people's eyes. Because the way y'all talk, that's why I do what I do to counter the narrative. Because this is not black men's fault.
Mm.
Now I don't want to hear what man.
Because my thing is, okay, so it's
Uh,
not his fault that he got me pregnant. It was my fault because I got pregnant.
yes,
That's what you're saying.
yeah,
Y'all messed it together.
no, ma'am. Women choose who has sex and who gets born. If he had tried to have sex with you without a condom, could he have had it if you said no? I just did a program about consent yesterday. Consent can be revoked at any time. So you laid down as a single mother already knowing what happens. And you already knew your situation. So you allowed a man to go to have sex with you unprotected, knowing the potential outcomes. So yes, it's your fault. Why would it be his fault?
Because I told him to use a condom.
And he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have said no. Could you not?
I think not if we are in the whole. If he's in between my legs, I'm saying here, use the condom. He's talking about, oh, this my pussy, and then he goes in for it, and then I'm saying no.
I want. Shut up. Because if I decide I wanted to come over there and call it my pussy and go in it, can I just take it?
Hell no.
Thank you because you have final say. It ain't like some man just because he wants to fuck you, he gets to. You have final say.
That's why I'm in the predicament I'm in now, I guess.
You're in the predicament you're in now because you refuse to take accountability for your actions.
Hey, I'm taking accountability for my actions.
How? This conversation didn't start this way. I steered the conversation this way. You're not living your life this way. You're living your life this way, telling your daughter that men are the fucking problem. And women like you are the fucking problem. Making babies and not being accountable. Telling their kids shit to destroy the men's image and not getting your own therapy and doing your own work. You obviously have issues. And that's fine. We all got them. But stop busying this on everybody else and making everybody else responsible. Fix your shit.
All right. I'm gonna fix my shit.
I'm just saying.
With that. I'm gonna
But in the meantime, stop talking shit about men.
Okay.
That's all we want. And even if you don't fix your shit, just stop talking shit about men. That's all we really want. We don't care if you fix your shit, honestly. We just care that you stop talking shit about men.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
I'm serious, man.
A 34-year-old saying all men are already with someone might feel true from her perspective, but it's usually a reflection of limited experience or repeated patterns, not the full reality. Because if all men were taken, relationships wouldn't be forming every day. This is where Kevin Samuels would step in with a reality check, because statements like that often come from frustration rather than facts. What's more likely is that the type of men she wants are either already in relationships, not choosing her, or not aligned with her expectations. The issue isn't that there are no men. It's that there may be a mismatch between what she's looking for and what's realistically available to her right now. And when that gap isn't acknowledged, it turns into a blanket statement like, all men are taken. The truth is, the dating market is always active. People are meeting, choosing, and forming relationships every day. So if someone isn't seeing results, the focus has to shift to positioning, selection, and expectations, not the idea that everything is already gone. At the end of the day, saying all men are taken might feel like an explanation, but it doesn't solve anything. Because the real answer is usually closer than it seems, once you're willing to look at it honestly.